absolutely love the process of making bread. I'm going to use a 50-50 strong white flour with a 6-seed bread flour, 7 grams of salt, 7 grams of yeast, 75 grams of garlic, smoked garlic to get that real toastiness. Very mindful making bread. You're doing something for you for 5 hours in the future. Look at the texture of that. Soft sheen on the outside of it. And that is ready for its first proof. Tips that from drying out. Alright, then we're going to leave that for a couple of hours until it doubles in size. So these little seeds are going to get roasted off. They're going to be a really nice crispy topping. That is those. That one I'm not going to peel. I'm going to leave the skins on because they're a great source of lots of nutrition. Just going to leave those to dry about an hour. Cooking is calming. Cooking you need to focus on. Gives you a zen-like moment because you have to be all in. Doing something called mise en place, which is a French term and ultimately means getting everything ready. Skins are a really important piece to keep because they've got so much flavour and also they provide colour. So if you're making a chicken stock, it gives it a gorgeous flavour with just a little hint of onion. So I've just got a pan of water on the heat here. First thing that we're going to get into that is all of the peelings that we did earlier but aren't going to put into the main body of the soup. Veg stock will only normally take about 40 minutes to make to be really infused. Into that also we put the onion skins. It's going to give that a nice colour and a good flavour. Only the rotten stuff is wasted. A little bit of olive oil. Once that olive oil warms up, about a teaspoon of cumin. Frying that off is going to really release that flavour. Even just for 30 seconds, a minute, it just helps to release the oils. Just going to sweat some onions off over the top. We've got the carrots and the squashes that we prepared earlier with the onions. And then it's got fermented turmeric, fermented garlic, and the stock that we made with all the trimmings. So this is the ginger and lemon, fermented ginger and lemon. It's made with Ugandan ginger, finest ginger you can get, and then Amalfi lemons. And I even include the zest from the lemons in there because there's so much goodness. So when you ferment products, the understanding is that the bacteria makes all of the nutrients in the product much more bioavailable for the stomach, so you get more of the goodness from the things that have been fermented. Scotch bonnet, that's going to work nicely. Butternut squash is a great squash to use because literally every single part of it is edible. You can eat the skin, you can eat the flesh, you can eat the seeds, and they're all super nutritious. Ooh. See the colour change. Just spread those out on there so that they don't lie on top of each other and they're not going to absorb any more liquid. They're going to evaporate all of that and stay nice and crispy. Add a little bit of olive oil, which will be absorbed by the bread dough after it goes into it. So after bread's proved, you need to knock it back. Just pull it, push it. Just getting that air out of it because the yeast has got to start again. 1 pan. Yeah, when you're doing this, and then make bread rolls. They don't all have to be perfectly the same size. For a second proof, you want to put your tins into a bag. You put them in so that you can fold the bag over the top. And people often worry that the bag is going to be touching their dough as it proves. And a very easy hack for this, just put some glasses in. Fold that underneath, stop the warm air getting out, and we leave that for another hour. Almost ready to turn it down. Can you hear that? It sounds very doughy. It needs to be more of a bass drum. So if I show you now, yeah, ready? I'll give you the nice one, because you're the guest. Maybe some wood roll, 2, and some olive oil and balsamic.
What's your favourite part of running your business?
For doing what I do, because it's all for me. Satisfaction from being able to say that I've achieved all of this just off my own back. A small amount of investment, blood, sweat and tears.